Well, this is the Advanced Software Engineering module, Graphical Programming Language Assignments, second part, demo video. So here I will not explain any features related to the part one of the assignment, but first of all, I will explain my code structure and any other important things first because it will help me to explain and demo the features related to uh, part 2 assignment. So here's my code project structure. So basically to build up to this project, I have used MVC architecture because it will help me to access the things within this project and handle the classes and things when developing. So basically, I have the models and views as well as the services as the controllers. So as well as I have to mention that I have used coding to interface techniques to build up this project because so I have created each interface class and the development class for each services. To handle the unit test to my project, I have created the separate GPL test project, and according to my code structure, all the unit tests are service level unit tests. So all the test cases related to my command parser service test. And to create the shapes and the shape objects, I have used the factory pattern. So for that one, this is the shape class, abstract shape class. So this one is used to create separate derived shape classes like circles, rectangles, triangles, likewise. So as well as I have created the shape factory class to uh, create a shape object related to the given uh, command. So I have it's like identifying the rectangle command and create a rectangle object. Identify the triangle command and create a triangle object likewise. As well as I have used the adapter pattern to inherit the graphics object here because uh, I have to uh, use the graphic object in my test project as well, within the test project as well. So to get easier for that one, I have used this adapter pattern and inherit the graphics object here to using the unit test as well. So yeah, those are the part one related things and main important things according to my code structure project. Well, now I move to the second part of the assignment. So before I'm moving with the demo script, first I will explain how the things built within the part two. So in part two, we have to handle the complex input commands like if loops, while loops, if blocks, and interloops, such kind of a complex command. So I have did such kind of research to research how to handle this type of programming language compiler kind of things, and there are so many ways. So I have basically tried out the abstract syntax tree in my project. So basically, the abstract syntax tree is like it's built up a tree structure within the project using each syntax, of our in our input command. So first, before moving to the code, I will briefly explain the how the tree structure is building using this simple code segment and the this structure image. So in my project, I have used this method keyword to identify each method within the code. So it will help me to build up the abstract syntax tree within the project. So uh, according to this simple code, so here you can see this tree was built up and tree was start and there are first three nodes to identify these three methods. So it's basically main and draw rectangle as well as the draw loop rectangles method. So uh, then the tree is identifying the method name and the statements inside that. So here you can see in the main method it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 statement, and in the draw rectangle it has only one statement, as well as the draw rectangle method, it has main two statements as well as the variables as well. So uh, the actual programming language like Java and the C Sharp, I had to identify the entry point to execute this code segment. So for that reason, I have used this main method. So it's a I have used this main method, and it uses as the entry point to execute. So in this main method, we can see there are 5 statements, and the special thing is like this tree is built up as a key value pair. So it has width and its value, height and its value, rectangle, and it has two arguments and draw loop rectangles, and it has two arguments and draw rectangle with no arguments. So it's very interesting. And here also in two arguments we keep the things as the height and width. So as this is uh, as this like draw rectangles method also has the one statement, it also having rectangle and two arguments, and it has these two given values. And within this draw loop rectangle, it has two variables, width and height, and two statements like if and the rectangle. So if and the rectangle, and likewise this tree is built up using each and every syntax identifying, and the tree structure was building as this is. So I will then briefly explain how the things happening in my project. So within the project, I have basically created the abstract syntax tree class. So this is like a blueprint. It's having all symbols, blocks, and methods. Likewise, method blocks. Likewise, it has every blueprint. It has it was like a blueprint of this syntax tree. Then I have uses this regex matcher class to it consists with all the tokens and regex patterns, because I have to identify each and every syntax in the input command. And uh, so yeah, input command. So I have created the regex pattern for that one, and each and every I have created the inbuilt token list as well to identify this syntax within our input command. So, as well as the next main things to build up this syntax tree is this, it's the interface, is this parser service class. It's the basic, it's the main things happening. It's like it's identify the each token as a method or a while or a if or a uh, identity, and it where it's the place where handle these blocks and uh, create the syntax tree to final execute. So here you can see at some point I have add this basically it's yeah it has add to final syntax tree. So yeah, I will explain the code things later again. So here's the main classes I have used to build up my abstract syntax tree to use in this second part. Well, I will then explain how I build up this abstract syntax tree within my code. So uh, here this command parser service implementation is the place I have passed the multi-line and the single line commands. So first, in there, I have identify if there is a run in a single command or a, multi-line command is not null incident. So in that case, I have passed this multi-line command to the complex command pass service pass command method. So inside the command complex command pass implementation file, there is this pass command method. So inside this one, uh, I have try out to identify each and every syntax using this regex max service class and uh, create the token list, the identified token list within our uh, input complex command uh, code. So within this regex matcher service class, uh, previously also I have explained that there are some predefined uh, tokens and regex patterns for those tokens, and then this within this get token, uh, I have I had this regex match collection with the key value pairs of that predefined regex patterns, and by using this I have retrieved uh, all tokens which can match with predefined tokens and in which are match the input code segment with this predefined tokens. So uh, that's happening using these regex patterns key value pairs, and finally it's returned the identified tokens. So within the complex command passes implementation class, so we have create this identified token list, and to uh, create the identify the end of this code segment, I have added the end of file EOF token at end of this token list. So uh, and I have passes this all token to this token list again. Then using this pass service pass token method, I have sorry, this is the interface in the pass service implementation. By this pass token method, I have previously also explained, it was the place using that identified token list. I have handled each and every tokens here. It's likewise if it is a method, if it is a while loop, if it is a identity like variables and any other methods or if block. Likewise in this is the place I have identified the tokens and build the syntax tree for the final execution. So within when handling this, first we are adding these things to the current block, the block. Uh, so here you can see if it is a method or if it is a while block, if it is identity like a variable. So in such part we have add these identified statements to this current block. And if it is when it comes to the at the end of the block, handle the right braces are identified as the end of the block. So each end of the blocks, I have added these created current blocks to the final syntax tree. So this is the place where we build up the tree using these identified tokens and the identified tokens. So in the command complex command implementation file, then I have here's the place we have create the syntax tree, and in here using this pass service get tree, I have returned the create a syntax tree to the complex command plus pass implementation. So yeah, this is until now we have tried to create a syntax tree for our final executions. So now I will go through with our demo demo script to explain how each and every feature build up and how it works within my code. So I will not going to explain how the trees building trees building. So here's the place. Here until now I had explained how I get the input code and identify the syntax using the predefined symbols, predefined tokens and the regex patterns, and build up the syntax tree for our future executions. So yeah. So yeah, now I'm moving forward with the demo script. So as the first one, it's having some sort of loop commands work. It can repeat something several times. And yeah, so for that one, first I will run my program and I will enter some sort of while loop. So as I mentioned first, uh, I have used this method keyword as well as the main keyword here. main keyword to identify the entry point to the execution. So here I have uh, used this circle command and count on it. So when we run it, we can identify the while loop moves several times and draws these several circles here. So uh, then I will explain how the codes work for this. So inside this when we pass this command through the command parser service, it was passed to this complex command service implementation classes pass command method. So inside that method, as I mentioned below before, the syntax tree was built. So it's now looks like this. It's having a while loop and it's having several statement as this is not the exact example what I have run now. So it's the previous example. So this tree was built up as I explained here. So after that one, we have in this handle method blocks method, I have used this one to handle each and every statements inside the main method. So main is the entry point. So main is used for identify the main entry point. So uh, by this 87 line, I have get the statement inside the main. So as this is inside the main method. So and passes it to this handle method block to uh, handle each and every statement. So inside the handle method block, I read each and every statement within this statement list and passes those to the main statement handler. So inside the main statement handler, I'm trying to identify each and every statement as it is an assignment or a call or a while or if block. So assignment is like a variable assignment. The lights like count equal 1. So and the call is like if it is a predefined command, a shape command like rectangle, triangle, move to likewise the identified method, identified command or a new methods like uh, as it's created new methods or a statement is like if block or a while block. So if now I have run the while block, so it's go to this one and inside this handle conditional and loop blocks method, I have uh, and as well as I need to explain this dictionary variable. So it's like I use this method, I use this variable to maintain these variable assignment inside this input command. So here I have used this simple while loop. So it's having count equal 1. So uh, to maintain this one, I use this dictionary variable. So I will explain it in later in that point in the demo script. So for this while loop, it's identify the condition along with this while loop and use it to the actual while loop uh, and there is a statement inside the while block. So as this is it's having a circle account and the count. So these two statement handle again reusing this main statement handle. So we passes each and every statement inside the while loop to here and it's identify what it is and handle it again. So we reuse the same code segment and yeah, how it is this is how it the while loop is built up and working inside the project. So as a next point, it's like now it's having and it's the unit test and the XMS. So as I mentioned before in my code structure, I have write I have wrote all the service level unit tests. So here I have the command parser service test while loop. So it's related to all the scenarios related to the while loop. So in this type of simple while loop, I have created this. It's not a single; it's a simple while loop. Sorry. And it's count the shapes after while block is work. So I will run this test now. So here it has three test cases and all three passes. So that's uh, but that's how I test the while loop. And here you can all the XML documentations have updated and as it is. And so the commit. So it's here in December 25th, they introduced the abstract syntax tree with the simple while loop. So it was a bit late because actually for the to build up the working abstract syntax tree, it took some time. And after all that, if I need to commit the working code segment, so that's why it took some bit long. Yeah, that it's for the while loop then. So it's having these all parts as well. Well, then as the next point, it's like variables can be declared and used with your part one drawing commands. So here you have the sample code segment, and yeah, I will run my code again, and here I will declare a variable and it's used within this circle command. So when you run it, oh, it's it's here. So I will use move to command here, and size will be increased a bit. Otherwise, it cannot see. And yeah, so yeah, as this is, we can see the declared variable used within this circle command. So to handle this one, uh, when we pass the multi-line command to the complex command implementation service class, we have build up the tree first, and then within the main method statement, we have passed this handle method blocks. So inside the handle method block, we have use each and every statement and passes to main statement handler method. So uh, here's the place we use this variable dictionary. So as I mentioned before, when we pass the statement to here, we have identify if it is assignment or any other. Yeah? So how we identify it as assignments? It's like it's using this blueprint within the abstract syntax tree. So uh, using that blueprint, we identified that is a variable assignment. So we pass it to the handle variable method. So here we have passed that dictionary variable as well as the statement. So inside this one, we have read each and every syntax. If it is a literal, string literal, or integer literal, so identify that one, and or if it is a subtraction or addition or multiplication and the deviation, we have identified these things and handle each and everything, and uh, finally it was assigned to this uh, dictionary variable by adding. So yeah, when it moves to the, it's like in this example code segment, now we have the size equal 10. So we update this variable statement with the key value pair with its like size and value equal 10. So when it moves again to the circle statement in the inside this handle method block, so it passes here, and it's having this variable dictionary. So it's having the value like sorry, it's having the value like size equal 10, and then the statement identify as the handle command type caller, it's like a circle, so it's passed to here with the call identity, it means circle, and the call argument is a size, and we pass this variable, so size is 10. So here we have, if it is a circle, here if it is a circle, we identified that variables parameters, and we create a shape object using our factory class, and added it to our shapes list to uh, draw in a window. So yeah, so this one is working our code, and for the unit test and the XML and other things. So here also I have created a unit test to the test variable. So here we can see all the statement, all the unit tests related to the variable. So the first one is this simple variable assignment. So it's having yours having the given example, and we test it. So I will run this one. So it having three test cases, and all the three test cases are passes. So unit tests are done, and you can see every XML documentations are updated here and here. So yeah, for the commit, it's the variable declaration on 12 December 30. So I need to mention that if I when I build up the working abstract syntax tree, it was easier me to handle each and every other thing. So because I have to add more things. Add we have I have only add the things to the abstract tree. So yeah, it was easier me to continue the rest of things after build up that abstract tree. So it's having here. Uh, so yeah. So for the next one is expressions such as size equal count multiplied by the 10 can be used. Show by this writing a program in your language to draw a centric circle. So yeah, I will run the code and use the example as this is. So I have define a radius variable, and it's as the given example, the it's multiplied by the count. sorry, count multiply by 10 and assign it to the radius and use that value for a value to draw a circle here. So I will run this one. Yeah, it's working fine here. So in the code, in the complex command pass implementation, we have built up our tree as each node statements and each statement inside the main method. So here we pass the statement inside the main method to handle method block. So each and every statement we pass to the main statement handler, and there uh, it was identified as a assignment because it's having we go through this everything, and then it comes this radius equal count multiplied by 10, and it's identified as a assignment. So the statement passed to this handle variables method. So inside here it was identified as a multiplication, so expressions. So as this is, and the variable is updated according to that uh, inside that while statement, because as I mentioned in the while explanation, the this inside this while loop. So I will show it again. So inside this while loop, each and every statement passes again and again by here by fulfill this condition. So each and every time it identify as a new count value and it multiply by 10, and yeah, it's continuous again and again while this condition is fulfilled. So that's how this while loop and this multiplication expression is handling via our code. So yeah, here again and again the code is go through here and maintain that code segment. So the how that's how it's work. And for the unit test and the uh, XML things. So as I mentioned before, I have this test variables class, and it's having the unit test for test the variable expression. So yeah, I will run this again, and we can see the all the test cases passes within this yeah test class. And so yeah, these XML documentations and documentation within the expression handling. Oh, where is it? Sorry, it's not here. So here we have updated each and every XML documentation. So yeah. So expressions commit is like mm, here. In December 31st, handle variables expressions as multiplication and deviations. I have added that such additional things to my code segment. So um, these two also working fine. So yeah, the next one is your loop work with variable. Can loop for a number defined by a variable demonstrate this. So yeah, I will run my code and use the example code here. So here I have declared the count variable and use that to continue the while. And inside that one, inside the while loop, I have declared the radius variable and use that to draw a circle. So I have run this one. Yeah, it's working fine. So I will explain how I handled such kind of code segment inside my uh, program. So as I mentioned before, the this tree has built up in complex command service implementation file, and then we have identified this entry point as a main and passes the statement inside the main to handle method block. So inside that one, each and every statement within the main method we have uh, passes to this main statement handle. So we have 1, 2, 3 statement, and the first one is to uh, assignment. So sorry, here we have used this uh, handle variables as I mentioned before to handle this count equal one. Then move to is a predefined command, so it identifies as a call and it passes this handle command type. I mentioned it before as well. So then the while loop. So the while loop it passes the statements inside the while loop and the variable. So here, uh, if the statement is a while block, so it's a while block. So we have identified the condition related to the while loop here. So there we have used this variable such as count and identify the condition and use that condition to actual while loop. So inside that actual while loop, we use the each statement. There are 3 statements inside the while loop. So each and every statement, we reuse this main statement handler to execute each and every statement inside this while loop. So first one is identified as a assignment again. So it's a radius variable, and uh, count is having inside this predefined dictionary variable. So that using that variable, it added the value to this handle variable, and yeah, the circle is the predefined command, so it's identified as a call, and again count. So such wise, I executing each and every statement inside the while loop. So yeah, and then finally, if it is a circle, so it's here. So adding a uh, if it's identified as a circle, and create a object according to that, and add the shape list to final execution. So that's how the code segment is working here. So it's working here, and for the unit test, it's a while loop again. So inside the while loop, sorry, inside the while loop, we have while loops with the variables. So we have we have defined some variables inside the while loop, and count the shapes that has created while after working this while loop. So I have run this one previously as well. So I will run this again. So the unit test, it's having 3 test cases and all 3 passed. So unit test has passed, and you can see the XML is updated inside inside related to this every method. So for the commit, uh, it's like it's not having a separate commit to this one, because that single loop thing and the after variable declaration handling inside this abstract syntax related things, the this code segment is working, and we can assign the variables inside this. So the not this is not having any separate commit. Yeah. So yeah, the next case is if statement work for one line. Show an example and show in your code how to do this. Yeah. So in the code, I will run the code first, and um, it's a one line if command is working as this is for. So as I mentioned before in a while loop, so we I use the abstract syntax tree, and it's easier me to use the syntax to identify each and every uh, sep- statement separately. So I use the brackets to identify the start and the end of the if block as well. So I will run this, and here you can see uh, the if statement is working and the circle has drawn. So how I handle this situation in our code, like uh, in the if the multi-line command has passes to this complex command implementation, uh, we have built up our tree first, and then as the entry point, we read the we read our statement inside our main method and pass it through this handle method block. So uh, inside that one, we read each and every statement inside the main method. So we have this count move to an if command, if block. So uh, each and every statement passes here. So we have discussed the variable declaration and inbuilt move to commands. So if it is come to the if block, so it's identify the statement is a if block and passes it to this handle conditional and loop block. So inside that one, we have identified separately if it is a while block or if block. So if it is come to the inside to the if block, so uh, as I said before, it's identified as a left expression, right expression, and operation inside that. Such wise, we identify the condition to the if block. So it used inside the actual if block, and inside the actual if block, we execute each and every statement inside this given code segment, and reuse this main statement handler to uh, identify each and every statement as assignment or a call or a again or a while block, so while if block, and execute as it is. So in our shown example, it's a circle and circle with the 50 variable. So it's identify as a call and go to this one and create a circle object. So that's how it is work. And uh, if then next one is if with chord blocks of multiple lines and end with an end if. So in our case, we don't have end if, and we have only the right parenthesis. So here I have run this my code again, and we will use um, the example with the multiple statement inside the if block. So I will run this. It's having a variable declaration inside the if block, and the uh, uh, circle command, rectangle, move to, and triangle such way. So I will run this, and yeah, all the shapes are drawn in our window. So So it's also working. So uh, I think I don't need to explain it again because as I mentioned before, if it is identified as a if block, if it passes to the handle conditional and loop blocks method, and there, if it is a if block, we identify the if condition, and inside assign it to use it to the actual if statement and if statement, and inside that actual if statement we execute our each and every statement inside this if block. So I will explain how if block is working in a syntax tree. So here you can see if it is a if block, it's identified the statement count and left and right and left parentheses uh, in the if condition. So this is how the tree was mapped. It's not the example we run now. This is the first example we used to explain the abstract syntax tree. So this is how the tree works, and uh, inside this if block, if actual if statement, it's uh, using this each and every statement. Sorry, use this each and every statement, and again and again it passes to this main statement handler and uh, continue our process. So that's how we handle that point in our code. So for the if statement, I have so we have covered these two as well. So then the unit text and XML, we I have write the separate test class for the if statement. So there we have a simple if block uh, test scenario, as well as the uh, if conditions with the variables, variable declaration, as well as the multiple uh, line inside it, as well as the nested if conditions as well. So all the if condition related test cases are tested here, and I will run this one. And you can see there are 3 test cases and all 3 has passed. So that's and the XML documentation have updated on each and every point. So oh, so yeah, each and every part we have used the XML and explain what happened inside there. So for the commit, uh, it's on, yeah, here we can use, we had a commit to handle the simple if block, and so as our according to our code structure, if it is a if I handle the if block, the multiple scenarios and the nested scenarios and all are because we reuse the same code segment. Yeah, that's how it's works. Yeah. So next one is syntax checking. The whole program can be syntax checked before running. So to achieve this one, I will run my code first, and I will get the example code here. So we can use the syntax button to check the syntaxes before we run the code. So we will try with some syntax issues. So it's like invalid main method declaration. So then the move to is another syntax. So I have, so yeah, here wise it's, I didn't identify as a move to command. So if it is a circle, Likewise, uh, we have identified each and every syntax uh, issues and given the uh, error message here. So to achieve this one, I have created a separate syntax check method here to when it click that syntax check button, the this icon complex command pass service syntax check method has called, and inside there we have created the we have created our syntax tree as mentioned before. So here also we have identified the same token list and passes this to the service pass the service pass tokens method, and uh, develop our syntax tree, and the syntax tree used to validate our command, and for that one I have uses this validate complex command syntax method inside the uh, complex syntax validate implementation service class. So I have created a separate service class to the syntax handling. So there we have passes our tree, syntax tree here, and here I have uses several classes, sorry, methods, and the if cases, and if uh, if statements, and each and every syntax, the predefined syntaxes like move to, color, circles, rectangles, I choice. The predefined syntaxes are checked here, and if it is having any invalid uh, command expression, I have thrown an error to handle this situation. So I have created this complex syntax validator implementation service to achieve this syntax goal. So it's working here, and then syntax checking, the program fully reports what is wrong and what on what line it has occurred for errors in the program. So we will we had tried this before with the syntax button, so now we try with the run button as well. So here I have used the same code segment, and we'll try some predefined syntaxes, changing by predefined syntaxes. So when I try to run this, it's like error at line 1 and invalid main method declaration. So likewise, if it having this circle again, if I run, it's giving the given circle is not declared. Likewise, if it is moved to line number 6, it's given method is not declared. So likewise, it's giving several error messages. So to achieve this type of this syntax checking in a with the run button, we have with the run button we have run you passes our multiple command line to this complex service commands pass a command method. So there, after we created the we created our tree to execution. Before start the execution, we have called this validate complex command syntax method inside that complex syntax validate implementation service, and passes this tree, and as the same process we have used to validate this syntax. So as well as we use this error message format to get the error line as well. So we have updated the error lines. So that's how we achieve that part in our code. So for the uh, unit test and XML here, I have created a separate complex command test validator test case to test class to handle all the scenarios related to this syntax checking. So for this one, yeah, here there are several test cases I have added here, and all the XML documentations has dated. And here I can run this one, and it's having 9 test cases and all 9 has passed. So I have tested all the syntax checking related test cases here. So yeah, and for the commit for the syntax checking is on the it's on the 18 hours ago, and it's the uh, later thing, and yeah, I have addressed the syntax validations and updated the unit test and the XML documentation as well. Well, that's the next part is method can be defined and called. Method must be multi-line. Define a method that draws something made of a several shapes. So yeah, we will try it on our case. I have first get an example with it having a method, and inside method it's having it has drawn several shapes, and use it's not having any parameters here, and use a variable defined inside there. So I will run this one. So the method has been called and shapes has drawn. So we'll discuss how the things achieved by my program. So when the uh, multiple command has passes to the complex command implementation. So first we have built up our tree. So as I mentioned in earlier, if it's have the if it have a part with the method keyword. So here you can see that it's having method keyword. So for our new method as well. So it has identified as a two initial nodes. So as this is, it has identified as a two uh, nodes, and this is how the tree was built up for the main method and the draw rectangle method. So after build up our tree, the first as the entry point, we passes the statements inside the main method to this handle method blocks. So according to our example here, it passes this move to and the draw rectangle uh, statements to this handle method block. So inside that one, we have read each and every statement and passes to the main statement handler. So according to our example, it's like for the move to, it's identified as a predefined call. So identity, so it passes to this one and point a move to the uh, this 100 point. So then for the next statement, it's coming the draw rectangle method. So if it also identify as a call identity. So it also passes to this handle command method, but in there we have a switch case to identify the command type, but we it's not a predefined command type as this is. It's a separate one. So the switch case is working here, and this it just passes to this handle method default part and call this handle method block again. So it was passes the statement inside that one and the variables and method names. So method name, now it's coming to this draw rectangle method and passes this statement here. So if it is moved to here, as mentioned earlier, it's read each and every statements and passes each and every statement here. So there are three statements and uh, identify each and every statement and handle by this. So that's why I mentioned that if I build my abstract tree here, working abstract tree here, so it's an easier to handle uh, each and every features with this one, because we have to reuse our code segment for each and every feature, and we have to little things to change and think about to build up our REST code. So that's how I use these variables without variables method. So it's having a REST scenario with the multiple parameters. So sorry, this one is not having any parameters. So the next point our script is with the multiple parameters. So we will try it as well. So here we have an example. And as this is, it has passed these predefined variables as the parameters, and it's uses to draw a rectangle and a circle within the uh, new parameter. So sorry, new method. So if it is run, the things happen. The method has called and shapes has drawn. So the difference between with parameters and not having any parameters is a simple case to handle. So it's like uh, when we passes our handle method to the block, it's passing the statements inside this one, inside the method, and variables has defined previously in here with the dictionary variable and method name here. So it's easier to handle the uh, parameters with this dictionary variable and use within the new method as well, because we reuse this code segment. So it's working uh, it's working as previously mentioned. So yeah, the difference between if it is having a parameters, we use this dictionary variable to update and keep the variable names and the value of that uh, parameters. So yeah, the code works and sorry, the code works, and for the so This both work in our case. And for the unit test, uh, for the method, I have created a separate test file like command pass service test method. So there I have created some several test cases like with parameters and uh, without parameters, with parameters, as well as the invalid method name declaration. Such wise, uh, each method related test cases I have used. I have wrote here and test used to test the method. So I will run this one. So you can see it has it has three test cases and all three test cases has passed. So it's having four test cases and it's not mentioned a test method. That's why it's not passing here. So it should be a four. So we'll run it again. So yeah, the test file has four test cases and all four passes. So that's and XML documentation has updated everywhere. And for the commit for this multiple parameter methods handling, it's having on 6 days ago. It's like handling multiple method and parameters thing. So yeah, that's what related to the methods. So the next case is provide two independent program windows, each of which can have a separate program. So yeah, in our case, we have two separate text windows to independent program which can run the independent program. So both have programs have Windows output in the same display. So we'll check it first, and I will try out some two code segment in both windows. And here in the left test case, it's move on to the 100 and in the right text area it moved to the 300 to 300 point. So we will run this one. Yeah, it's nicely work. And here's the left text area's output, and here's the right area's output. So it's having uh, it's on a same window as well. So we have these both, and program uses thread to ensure proper resource sharing. Showing your code and how you have done this. So yeah, to achieve this one, I have used the threads. So um, inside our view, I will show. um, yeah, here inside, like um, when the run button click, I will call this handle command method. Inside that handle command method, uh, I have read each the text areas like the multi-line text one and the multi-line text box and the multi-line text box two. It's the multi-line text areas. And so inside that one, I have created a thread and passes that uh, single and the multi-line text boxes text to command parser service command parser command method. So and thread start. So if it's having any text on a multi-line text box too, here there also I have created a thread with the name thread 2 and passes the all text inputs to the same parser command method. And inside that one, in the parser command, we have checked the single line and the multi-line our inputs, and if it is a multi-line input, and it passes to the complex command service to handle the things we discussed earlier. So that's how I use the uh, two threads to handle these multiple uh, windows inputs, multiple text areas inputs. So this having, and also to show the move pen independently. So it's happened there. I will run the program again. I will, that's why I use the separate move points. Then we can see each and every, each pens have moved to both two places, and separately draw the pictures, draw the shapes there. So it's working. And as mentioned here, top left and the bottom right, it's drawing two shapes. And for the unit test, actually, as I mentioned before, in my project structure, I have created the service level unit test. So these threads are in our view. So I cannot access the main views via my test cases. So these are only service level test cases, but we don't we cannot test the threads, but every other things that inside the thread, uh, each and everything inside the thread we can test our service level test cases, but not the thread, because it's in a view. So, design and implementation. Sorry, factory design pattern. I show it before how I use the factory pattern, and this uh, how I use the factory pattern, and how use this shape factory class to create each and every shape object according to the command. So I have used that one. Additional design patterns. So yeah, as I mentioned before, I have used the adapter pattern as well. So because adapter pattern is used to inherit the graphic object to use in the use easily in the test project as well, same graphic object. So that's why I use the adapter pattern, as well as I have used the singleton pattern as well. So when we have MVC structure, and I have created each and every services to handle the things. So uh, after creating the services, we have only here's the place only we have created the service object. So that's called the singleton pattern. We never created again and again the service object, and it's only one single time. So yeah, I have used the singleton pattern as well. So there are two more additional design patterns. Text XML and connected. This one is in a part one. So I will run all the test cases here. So it will shows all the test cases passes and uh, adapter pattern also covered by here. Adapter pattern and the factory pattern as well. So we can run it here. So yeah, there are 72 test cases and all the test cases has passed. So we have used that yeah, so all the test cases has run. So these all the test design patterns has covered by those unit test. So yeah, that's those are the things according to our demo scripts. So yeah, thank you.